The three main nutrients that is going to help keep you satiated in your caloric deficit when you're trying to lose weight is protein, fiber, and water. I have a comprehensive video on it. I'm going to make an updated version, but those are the three nutrients you need to be focusing on when you're trying to lose weight. More protein, more fiber, more water. This meal here has less protein than this meal here. This meal here has less water than this meal here. This meal here has less fiber than this meal here. Which meal do you think is going to make you much fatter? Obviously this meal, because it has less fiber, less protein, you're not going to be as fulfilled, man. Therefore, you're going to end up sparking your appetite once again. You're going to become hungry a few hours later. You're going to want something else. Then you might end up getting pizza. You might end up getting 2 slices of pizza, another 500 calories. Therefore, you're already what? 1,250 calories in, 1,350 calories in. Then you may want to get some lasagna later. You may get a big thing of lasagna. That may be another 1,000 calories. Then you may get some Texas toast bread. That might be another 150 calories. Then you might want a snack before bed. You might want some milk and some cookies. That may be another 500 calories. You're going to end up eating much more food throughout the day because you're not satisfying your appetite. It's all about appetite satiety when you're trying to lose weight. Appetite satiety, appetite satiety. You must satisfy appetite. Now, let's continue moving forward. Nutrient density versus caloric density. Which food is going to be more fulfilling? Obviously, it's going to be this one. Why? Because it has more fiber, more protein. But when we talk about nutrient density, we're speaking of how much nutrients a food contains in terms of how much calories it has overall. This meal here is much more nutrient dense because it contains much more nutrients in a smaller amount of calories. This one is much less nutrient dense because it contains much less nutrients, which more overall calories. Now, caloric density is going to be how much calories per the volume of space that the food takes up and the nutrients that it contains as well. This food here is going to be much more caloric dense, meaning in this small confined space of this meal here has a whopping 700 and something calories, excluding the orange juice. And this meal that takes up much more space than this one has only 400 and something calories, excluding the oatmeal. Approximately 400 calories, approximately 700 calories. Much more caloric dense because it has much more calories in terms of the volume of space that it takes up. Much more nutrient dense because it has much more volume with additional nutrients, excluding the extra calories. So as you can see, it takes up so much space, but it doesn't contain as much calories, which makes it nutrient dense. This meal here doesn't take up as much space, but it contains much more calories, which makes it caloric dense. Doesn't take that much space up. Now think about the effects it has inside of the body, inside of the stomach. The stomach is a small organ. The organ can distend and stretch due to the rugae in the stomach. But for the most part, your satiety is going to be triggered from the distension of the stomach. The more your stomach distends, the more those stretch receptors send messages up to the brain, the ventral medial hypothalamus in particular. And that ventral medial hypothalamus is what you call your satiety sensor. Once it gets saturated, it lets you know that, hey, I'm full, I don't want any more. How does that get triggered? By the stretch receptors of the stomach. How does the stretch receptors get triggered? More volume in the stomach. How do you get more volume in the stomach? More food. But you don't want more food at the cost of more calories. Therefore, you always want to choose nutrient-dense foods because they contain more overall volume, which is going to serve as more overall volume inside of your stomach, stimulate those stretch receptors, send messages up to the brain, ventral medial hypothalamus, hey, I'm full, and you're not getting as much calories. You get what I'm saying? Look at that. Therefore, you can eat a meal like this be satiated and continue going about your day with less calories. But if you eat a meal like this, it takes up less space in the stomach. Therefore, there's going to be less stimulus of the ventral medial hypothalamus. Therefore, it's going to be less of that satiety. Therefore, you're still going to be hungry because it takes up less space. Now, we all know that this meal may taste better for most people than this meal. But which one's healthier? Obviously, this one. Much more nutrient dense. This one's much more calorie dense. Look how much space this takes up. Look how much space this takes up. There's still more space here. This one's much more calories. This one's much less calories. You gotta make the conscious decision when you're trying to lose weight. I understand this food tastes better. Okay? I understand it has more fat in it. Fat is very tasteful. Satisfy the taste buds. But you must postpone present pleasure for future success. You understand that these foods are always going to be here. But if you don't make the right decisions now, you will be diminishing your lifespan. It's a simple fact. Or if you're not doing it, someone else in your family may be making the bad dietary habits and they can be diminishing their lifespan. So you must be able to develop that self-constraint. You also must spread awareness with your friends and family on how important it is to be healthier and working out, but this is nutrition based right now. And like I said earlier in the video, I'll say it one more time. Nutrition is king, exercise is queen. Nutrition is king, exercise is queen. Doesn't matter how hard you work out, you must eat healthy. Anyways, it's the boy Jay Living Fit. I hope you guys learned something from this little demonstration, this little talk. I'm all about nutrition. I'm all about health and fitness. I'm all about wellness. I'm all about spelling the truth and the knowledge and the veracity on how we can get healthy and fit, on how we can change our lives for the better, on how we can become more peaceful, healthy, and much more virtuous. I'm signing out. Please like, share, subscribe, and share the video if you feel like you've learned something, if you feel like someone else can learn something from this video. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Find somebody to get this to because I'm not gonna eat this.
Hey man, you want something to eat? Hey man, wake up. Got breakfast for you. Want it? You're not hungry?
No, okay.
No? Take it, man. Yeah. You're welcome. Take care, man. Alright.
You gon' lose out on the moment you can never get again. Get the flowers to your people while they here, not the end. So appreciate me. Maybe now you will agree.